Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good. This is my fourth video regarding the chapter The Living World. The topic which we are going to discuss today is all about major taxonomical hierarchies. Hierarchy. First we will see the meaning of hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy is the process of arranging various organisms into successive levels of the biological classification, either in a decreasing or an increasing order from kingdom to species and vice versa. It is actually a ladder-like sequence in which you will see taxonomic rank arrangement of taxa from lower level to higher level or from higher level to lower level. It is also known as linear hierarchy. The taxonomic classification or taxonomic hierarchy was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus, the father of taxonomy. It is also known as a linear hierarchy. It is used to classify organisms into different categories. It is just like a ladder-like arrangement which we use to go upstairs step by step or to come down. It is not only in ascending order but also it is in descending order. Not only a ladder helps us to go upstairs, but also it helps us to come down. So when taxonomic category is arranged, either it is arranged in ascending order or in descending order. Hierarchy of categories is the classification of organism in a definite sequence of categories, that is taxonomic categories, in a descending order starting from kingdom. Generally we write in descending order and arrow will be downward, but when we read description then we start reading from lower to higher unit. Is it clear, children? Each category referred to as a unit of classification in fact represents a rank and is commonly termed as taxon. In plural form we say taxa. The number of similar characters or common characters decrease when we go from lowest rank to highest rank or from species to kingdom. Is it clear, class? When we go from lowest to highest rank, then common characters decrease. Normally in hierarchy, in taxonomic hierarchy, normally there are 7 categories. Is it clear? The largest one is domain, then kingdom, after kingdom division or phylum, division in plants, after kingdom division comes, but in animal after kingdom phylum comes. Okay, so kingdom, division in plant or phylum in animals, after division or phylum class will come, after class order, then family, genus, and the last one will be species. The categories are arranged in descending sequence, keeping the kingdom at the top. You can see here arrangement. This is taxonomic hierarchy. The largest one is kingdom. You can see 2 more units. I'll tell you later about these 2. Kingdom, after kingdom phylum comes, and you know that in animals after kingdom phylum comes, but in plants after kingdom division comes. After phylum then class will come, then order, family, genus, then last one will be species. Actually, first life comes, then domain, and after domain, then kingdom starts. But level of our course is still kingdom, so we study from kingdom. Is it clear? We study from kingdom because level of our course is still kingdom only. But before kingdom, domain, and before domain, life is there. If anyone asks which is the largest rank, and in answer if domain and kingdom both are given there, you will opt answer domain. But if domain is not given in answer, then kingdom will be the largest unit. So we can see again kingdom, which is the largest unit, largest rank, then phylum, then class, after class order, then family, after family genus, and the last one will be species. In order to make taxonomic position of species more specific, certain categories have been added to this list, and they are called intermediate categories. Intermediate categories. Is it clear? In order to make taxonomic position of species more specific, certain categories have been added, and they are called intermediate categories, like after family, subfamily, after order, suborder, etc. Now let's start description of taxonomic categories. There are 7 main taxonomic categories. They are obligate categories. It means you cannot leave any one. All 7 categories are very important. Let's start species. It is a group of closely related organisms capable of interbreeding to produce fertile offspring. Before this, I want to tell you one thing, that species is used both as singular and plural. Clear? Species is used both as singular and plural. So, species is a natural population which resemble one another in all essential morphological and reproductive characters, so that they can able to interbreed freely and produce fertile offsprings. Clear, children? They can interbreed among themselves, okay, and can increase their population and can produce fertile offspring to increase their generation. Clear? Let's take example mango. Mango is a common name. What is the scientific name of mango? Mangifera indica or Mangifera indica, both are correct. Mangifera is genus, this is genus, and indica is species. Clear? We can take another examples also. Tomato. The scientific name of tomato is Solanum lycopersicum. Scientific name of potato, Solanum tuberosum. And the scientific name of brinjal, Solanum melongena. Clear? So in all 3 you can see that Solanum represents genus. Clear? So they all belong to same genus, tomato, potato, brinjal. They belong to same genus, that is Solanum. But if we say lycopersicum, it means we are talking about tomato. If we say tuberosum, it means we are talking about potato. And if we are saying melongena, it means we are talking about brinjal. Next, genus. Genus is the singular form. Plural form of genus will be genera. Genus is the aggregates of closely related species. Genus is a group of related species which resemble one another in certain correlated characters. Or in another words, we can say genus is a group of related species which has more characters in common, in comparison to species of other genera. Clear, children? Let's see example. Genus Panthera. Panthera is a genus. The scientific name of lion is Panthera leo. Leo is the species, Panthera is the genus. What about leopard? Scientific name of leopard is Panthera pardus. And scientific name of tiger is Panthera tigris. Clear? So you can see in all these three, genus is same. They all, lion, leopard, tiger, they all belong to genus Panthera. Is it clear? Their species are different. Species of lion, Leo, species of leopard, Pardus, and species of tiger, Tigris. But they have same genus. They belong to same genus, that is genus Panthera. Clear? One more example already I have given you, that scientific name of tomato, that is Solanum lycopersicum, potato Solanum tuberosum, and brinjal Solanum melongena. In all these three, Solanum is the genus. For all these three, genus is same, that is Solanum, but species are different. Next family, it is a group of related genera. Family is a group of related genera with still less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. All the genera of a family have some common features or correlated characters. They are separable from genera of a related family by important and characteristic differences in both vegetative and reproductive features. Clear? We can take example family Solanaceae. It includes both the genus Solanum, which already we discussed, and genus Petunia. Both the genus belong to same family, that is Solanaceae. One more example, genera of cats and leopard. Cat Felis and leopard Panthera. Both are included in the same family, that is Felidae. It is a cat family. So cat, lion, leopard, they all belong to same family, that is Felidae. Leopard belongs to genus Panthera and cats belong to genus Felis. So both are included in the same family, Felidae. Next order, a group of closely related families form an order, or in other words, the category includes one or more related families. However, the similar characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in a family. Normally, one order includes more than one family. One order, one family is also there, but normally one order includes more than one family. Examples we can take: order Polymoniales. Order Polymoniales. This order includes families like Solanaceae, Convolvulaceae, family Convolvulaceae, Boraginaceae, Hydrophyllaceae, Polymoniaceae. All these families, these 5 families which I told you, share some common features due to which they belong to same order, that is order polynomials. Clear, children? In order polynomials, so many families come under this order. Example: family Convolvulaceae, family Solanaceae, family Boraginaceae, family Hydrophyllaceae, family Polymoniaceae. All these are in same order because they share some common features, and the order is polynomials. Clear, class? One another example in animal group, you can see order Carnivora. It includes family Felidae or Felidae, family Canidae or Canidae. Both the pronunciations are correct. So, order Carnivora includes family Felidae and family Canidae. Next is class. A class is made of one or more related orders. Class is made of one or more related orders. In this we can take examples. Class Dicotyledonei, which contains dicots which are grouped into several orders. Is it clear? In this we can see order Polynomials, orders Sapindales, Rosales, order Passiflorales, order Renales. All these orders are grouped into class Dicotyledonei. Clear, children? Same in animals. Order Primata, order Carnivora belong to same class, class Mammalia. Clear? Class Mammalia includes order Primata and order Carnivora. Phylum or division is only next to kingdom and represents organisms belonging to different classes. Clear? It is the group of related classes. In case of plants, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a higher category called division. Clear? In case of plants, division is there, and in case of animals, the phylum is used in place of division for this category. Clear? Division is used for plants, and in case of animals, the phylum is used in place of division for this category. Clear? Now we see examples. Division Angiospermae. In this division, you can see class Dicotyledonei and class Monocotyledonei include. Okay, division Angiospermae includes class Dicotyledonei and class Monocotyledonei. Now let's see example in animal category. Phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata includes class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, class Mammalia. So these are the examples of this. Kingdom. It is the highest taxonomic category. Is it clear? The largest unit of classification is kingdom. All plants are included in kingdom Plantae, while all animals belong to kingdom Animalia. Clear? Kingdom Animalia includes phylum Chordata, phylum Arthropoda, and kingdom Plantae includes division Angiospermae, division Gymnospermae. These are the examples. Hierarchy of categories is also called Linnaean hierarchy because it was first proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. And again, I am reminding that kingdom is the highest rank and species is the lowest or basic rank. So kingdom is a group of related phylum or division. Categories below the rank of species are known as infraspecific taxa. Categories below the rank of species are known as infraspecific taxa. These includes subspecies, variety and forma. Students, already we have studied binomial nomenclature, but a trinomial form of nomenclature is followed for infraspecific taxa. Trinomial form of nomenclature followed for infraspecific taxa. In the scientific name of modern man, subspecies is included. If we talk about binomial nomenclature, in that the scientific name of human being is Homo sapiens, but in trinomial nomenclature the scientific name of modern man is Homo sapiens sapiens, because in this subspecies is included. So Homo sapiens sapiens, Homo is genus, this one, sapiens species, but what about another sapiens? This one, it is subspecies. Clear, children? Which distinguishes it from other subspecies of the species Homo sapiens.